Hi, I want to thank you for watching today. I'm JT, and today, as you can see, I want to talk to you about the best foods to use while detoxing. And of course, you know the organs that detox us the best are our kidneys and our liver. And so we're going to just talk a little bit about those foods that are best to use while doing your detox. Foods and natural remedies are a definite way for us to cleanse our bodies from the bus fumes, the alcohol, cigarette smoke, the processed food, substances, and all sorts of things containing free radicals that really just can wreak havoc on our health. And so, fortunately, there are plenty of foods that we can use to eliminate the damage from these toxins that have been caused to our cells. And if we detox a little bit every day, we can reduce the resist. We can reduce the risk of collecting toxic buildup in our bodies, and which can cause permanent and long-lasting problems. You know, we all carry the cancer gene, and that's just a matter of triggering that gene. You know, it's in remission until that point. The next one I want to talk about is basically our liver and our kidneys. The liver, of course, you know, filters the blood as it collects from the dead cells and damaging chemicals and harmful microorganisms. Then it uses special enzymes to block and kill and break down and basically just neutralize those substances so that they can safely be reabsorbed into our blood system and our stream and then transported to our kidneys. And so the liver is very important, but it also serves to help us digest and our foods as well. And we can talk about that at a later time. And then to talk briefly on our kidneys, you know, we have two. And then they're often described as our blood cleansers. And that's because the kidneys refilter the blood from our liver, filter it again so that it's reabsorbing back into our bloodstream and along with nutrients and water, eliminating any excess compounds through our urine, which flow through our urethras and collect in our bladder, and then it is expelled back through the body through our urethra. So as you can see, our liver and our kidneys are very important, and those are our two main organs in use when actually filtering the body. The liver in filtering collects those dead cells, like I was saying, and performs important digestive functions, and then the kidneys refilter the blood into our liver and actually help cleanse us. And what I've done in my research, the best foods for detoxing are beets and beet greens, celery, artichokes, apples, greens. Oops, there's a typo. Sorry, that should say spinach. Alfalfa, spirula, chlorella, that's a typo too. Sorry, argilla, wheatgrass, and those are different greens. And mostly, you find the argilla and the chlorella and the spirula. Those are in the mixed chef greens. You usually can see that, and they're all grouped together. And then my favorite, garlic. Garlic also, ladies and gentlemen, Also helps with fleas for your animal. If you sprinkle a little garlic over cooked rice and mix that in with their kibble, that helps them from fleas and different bites that they can get during the summer months. And then asparagus, broccoli, and cauliflower. And of course, all citrus fruits and green tea. Now, out of these toxins, the best foods for toxins, you might say, what's kind of like the best way to do them? And for me, my favorite way is I love the NutriBurst and the NutriBullet. I love the NutriBurst too, but I love the NutriBullet. And what I do is I tend to blast all of my vegetables. I'm not really a big fan of veggies, but I know that they're necessary. And I thank God for the NutriBurst, which is like having 10 salads, including my vegetables, in 1 tablespoon. But if you're not fortunate enough at this time to have the liquid vitamins and you want to try some of these blasts, my favorite one, in addition to using your IASO tea, that detoxing tea, you want to try these NutriBlast, NutriBullet Blast. This one is called the Celerade, and it's because you use 3 stalks of celery, the juice from 1 lemon, an apple, and make sure you remove the seeds. Always remove the seeds, ladies and gentlemen, whenever juicing apples. The seeds are really poisonous. And then fill the balance of your glass with spring water. And then my other favorite one is the Toxin Tamer. And you put in your container, you might have whatever size glass you're using. You want to put 50% of the beet greens, 2 stalks of celery, 1 lemon peeled, typo, sorry, and then 1 pinch of cayenne pepper. And then just fill the balance with water. And it really has kind of a cool and refreshing taste. But those are like my favorite ones as far as blasting goes. And then the NutriBullet that I did mention, it's used for natural healing in all food recipes. And you can purchase it online. You can also get it at your local Walmart, Costco, Sam's Club. And they also, ladies and gentlemen, they have a support group online. And they also have a Facebook group and personal coaches. So I hope that this was helpful for you. And you now know the best foods that you can use to accompany your detoxing with the IASO tea. You might want to pick up these veggies and just blast those sometime in the day or in the week. So thanks so much for watching. You matter. And remember, prevention is always better than having to have treatment. So you be well. You matter. Until next time, God bless you. Bye-bye.